This is a slideshow to show you how to put together the towel topper that I sell on my website. When you buy the design, you get several parts to it. You get the main part of the towel topper with the design included, as shown here. You also get the main part of the towel topper without the design, so you can add your own design, or you may wish to put a monogram on there. And you get two strap lengths. You get the long strap, which you can wrap over a rail and secure at the back with velcro, or you get the short strap with the buttonhole, which you can use to hang over a hook. You also get a worksheet with a template, which you and colour chart and instructions, and you get full instructions with these pictures as well. What you need to do first is cut out your template from the worksheet, and you need a backing fabric, which can just be a lightweight cotton, and you need to lay the template on the fabric and draw around the outside. Just needs to be rough to give you the rough shape, with a marker that's going to show up against the fabric. Once you've done that, you can then attach your velcro to the backing fabric. Now, for the towel topper that has the long strap, you'll need two pieces of velcro. You'll need the piece here to attach the towel, and you'll need another small piece here to attach the strap when it's wrapped around the rail. With the short strap one, you don't need the small piece of velcro. The next thing to do is to hoop up a stabilizer in your hoop. Now, I've just used tearaway here, but you could use a sticky back stabilizer, or one of the ones that you dampen and become sticky. Once you've done that, you can then move on to starting the front of your strap. The strap is the first part, and you just need to put your front fabric on the hoop first. That needs to be a stiff fabric, so if your base fabric, your front fabric, is not stiff, add some sort of interfacing, iron-on interfacing, to make it nice and stiff. And then you stitch the first part of the design, which is just a running stitch to anchor that in place. I've actually anchored it with some double-sided tape as well, so it wouldn't move, making sure that the double-sided tape is nowhere near where you're going to stitch, because it will gum up your needle. But if you've used the sticky backed stabilizer, you don't need to worry about that. Once you've stitched your top fabric in place, then you need to turn over your hoop, remove your hoop, turn it over, and you'll see the stitching mark on the back of your hoop, and over that you need to lay your backing fabric for your strap, and that's just a piece of the cotton backing fabric that you used for the main part as well. Once you've done that, secure that in place with some double-sided tape or a glue stick, and then once you've done that, you can then turn your hoop back over and attach it and stitch the next part of the design, which is just a small zigzag. Once that's stitched, you then trim away the excess front top fabric as close as possible to this stitching line here, and then turn your hoop over and also trim away the back fabric close to the stitching line, and you're left with just your strap showing here, which is stitched down in place onto your stabilizer. Put it back in the machine, and then you can finish the design, which is basically the satin stitch around the edge, which will enclose the raw edges, and then last of all your buttonhole. That completes your strap, so you can then just pull that away from the backing stabilizer and hoop up another lot of stabilizer in your large hoop for the main part of the design. You'd also need to use the large hoop if you were doing the long straps. You can do more than one strap in a hoop if you like, but as you can see, or you might not be able to, but down the edges here it does tend to pull away after you've done the satin stitching, so you might need to put a bit of sticky tape on there to hold it together so that you can stitch another one next to it without it pulling. So for the main part of the design, lay your top fabric on your hooped stabilizer and secure it in place, and then you do the embroidery first. This will happen automatically from the design, and then the next thing that embroiders is the running stitch around the outside edge of the design, showing the shape. Stop at that point and remove your hoop. And then flip your hoop over, and it's time to position your strap and your backing. So you need to put your strap at the top, having some overlap here from the edge, and centering it with the design and making sure it's straight. And again, I just use some double-sided tape up here away from the stitching area to hold it in place. And then you can lay your backing fabric that you put the velcro on over the top of that strap and secure that in place with some double-sided tape. So here you can see it all secured on the back of the hoop. Then you can put your hoop back in the machine, and the next stitching line will stitch out a small zigzag as it did for the strap, and then you can trim away the excess front fabric, turn your hoop over and trim away the excess back fabric as well. And it is all trimmed away neatly. After that, you can just complete your design, which will satin stitch around the edge. And then your tail topper is finished. It will pull out of the hoop. Then you need to fold your towel, pleat your towel at the top so that it's the right width to fit under the tail topper, and add the other side of the velcro. Now, something I should have mentioned before is that you should use the hooky side of the velcro on the tail topper and the loopy side on the towel. The loopy side won't then get tangled up with your towel in the wash. It's much easier to launder the loopy side. I've just shown it in black here so you can see it, but you would obviously choose a light colour for a light towel. Once you've done that, you're finished, and all you need to do then is attach it to the towel topper and hang it up.